Hi, Cancer. Here's your horoscope for May 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we have a pretty amazing month ahead, and this has a lot to do with all this Taurus energy that's building up in this 11th house for many of you. So if you're a sun sign Cancer, or if you're a rising sign Cancer, this reading it pertains to you. This is a general sun sign reading. And so this gives us an idea of what's going on. So as we can see here, a lot of the planets are up in the 11th and the 10th house. So what this means is many of you are going to be focusing a lot of your attention on work-related matters, anything pertaining to family or father in particular. Mercury has come out of retrograde, so things should start moving forward again. But really, the big news this month is these alignments that are going to occur around the middle of the month of May that are going to be really important. And so if you're thinking about joining an organization or a club or making new friends or looking at the future and you have new hopes and wishes for the future, this could absolutely ignite a passion in you to move forward in that direction. So I would highly encourage it, because the eclipse that set off, in April here in the 10th house was all about you taking a stand either at your work or starting something new or going in a new direction, or basically beginning to realize what you want and needing to go after it. So we start off the month with the Taurus sun, which normally goes through this time of the year in the sign of Taurus, but it's also joined by Venus, Uranus, which has been there for a couple of years, and this year Jupiter. So this is highlighting all the energy this month. And of course, the moon, we'll get to the full moon, which is going to highlight your 6th house of work and service and health towards the middle of the month. So as we get started in the month, we see here that Pluto will make its first retrograde this year. So it entered Aquarius in January, and now it's stationary here in the 8th house. And in September, it will backtrack into your 7th house. So something to do with relationships are not quite over yet when it comes to that. So revisiting the past in some way, and that'll probably be more in September. But for now, with Pluto retrograde, this has a psychological side to it. It has a psychological, sort of a concern or figuring things out kind of mindset. Now, this is the 8th house, so it has to do with sexuality, the psyche, shared resources, anything to do with, taxes, credit cards, all of that stuff falls under this umbrella. So maybe you're thinking about getting rid of that, or maybe you're thinking of applying for one. Whatever it is, whatever's taking you in this new direction, there's obviously going to be some finances that are in the mix too that you'll have to pay attention to. But this retrograde will bring something back to you in some way, whether it's an idea, a thought, financial opportunity, whatever it is for you and your own actual birth chart, that's the area that's going to be lit up. So the new moon this month, also in Taurus on the 7th, right here, highlights this 11th house once again. So the 11th house has a lot to do with the hopes and wishes for the future. It's a very technological house. It's about acquaintances. It's about clubs, organizations. It's about being out in the public, but in a different way. So you're going to be, this new moon is highlighting this desire to meet new people. Maybe you're getting invited to an event. Maybe you're participating in somebody else's event. But there should be a lot of socializing for many of you at this time with this new moon. So I would say take advantage of that opportunity. For some of you, it may be new electronics, new physical toys that you could physically hold in your hand, maybe a new car, whatever it is that you're thinking about, because Taurus is the material side of life. And so we desire more of the basics in life, but we also can be a little bit more monetary minded and materialistic with a new moon. But this one's going to be conjunct Uranus. So this has some surprises in the mix. So pay attention to the people around you, the places you're going into, the acquaintances, the clubs, all of that stuff falls under this umbrella, because Uranus for the next 2 weeks is going to bring in some surprises for many of us. And so they may come from friends. They may come from money coming in. Maybe you find money. It's something to do with that, because Taurus rules money. So there is definitely that possibility here. But the new moon in Taurus is usually about getting back to the basics. Mercury also enters Taurus on the 15th and 16th. So right there it is. So we have these 5 planets right in the 11th house. So once again, lots of socializing. Mercury in Taurus is a little slower than Mercury in Aries. So we take more of our time explaining ourselves and being a little bit more cautious and easygoing. And Cancers are generally like that anyway. They can be a little bit more conservative or reserved. And then Taurus energy works well with Cancer energy. So this will be something that you understand just fine, but there is definitely more socializing here. Now, there are some wonderful alignments on May the 18th. We have Venus conjuncting Uranus right there at 23 degrees exactly. At the same time, we have the Sun conjuncting Jupiter at 28 degrees. These are wonderful alignments. These are mystical. These are euphoric alignments. Okay, this doesn't happen too often when you have this kind of energy in one sign, making, again, favorable aspects to Neptune here, 29, 28, and even Saturn's in the picture, making favorable alignments to, Venus and Uranus. So this is a very happy-go-lucky kind of feeling here. And so you might find yourself just feeling elated and excited about something. And, this could be also a very strong visionary time because Jupiter is involved, the Sun is involved, Uranus. These are all symbols that represent the future. So you may find that you're having some fantastic visions of what's to come and, what you're anticipating and where you want to go. And, these could be societal changes as well. You start realizing things or seeing things. But this is one of the more fortunate alignments that we're ever going to have, that I've seen in a long time, where we have 4 planets like this, really well, aspected, connecting to other planets that we should take advantage of. So make these sort of your lucky days, if you will, okay, between the 15th and, let's say, the 20th. These could be your lucky time frames. Now, on the 20th, the Sun moves on from Taurus, goes into Gemini. So here it is right there. And it enters the 12th house. Now, the 12th house has a lot to do with the spirit, has to do with meditation. It has to do with you not wanting to socialize as much. So things start to slow down towards the second half of the month where the Sun, enters Gemini. But Gemini is still a communication planet. So the communication you're going to be doing is in the mind. So you'll be doing a lot of thinking and processing. If I do this and then I do that and then I want to do this and do that, your mind will be extremely active after the 20th with the Sun going there. But the full moon in Sagittarius, also a couple of days later, right here in the 6th house, will really have you overthinking everything about your job. What can I do for work? Where can I go? Because the full moon activates, the Cancer energy. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So this one is about health. This is about service. This is about your income. This is about how you can make a living. And so you're going to be overthinking everything around this time frame from the 20th to the 23rd. Everything is going to be on the table. And so maybe you're taking care of someone. Maybe there's someone that's ill. I'm just saying everything is a possibility here because this is a general sun sign reading. But this is the 6th house. So this is your daily routine. Maybe you're wanting to travel to go see something for maybe a new job or a new opportunity of some kind. And so this could be highlighting that. Absolutely, opportunities abound this month. So if you get invited to something or you're curious about something, you should go and investigate it because we still have lots of planets in Taurus in the 11th house. So it's a good time to create something that you really want. We also have Venus entering Gemini on the 24th right there. So it leaves Taurus, goes into Gemini. So once again, communication, relationships are on the table. Venus rules relationships. And she's going to be in the 12th house. So this could be about a relationship that you've had in the past or thinking about somebody from the past, especially in the 12th house. So you know, it's like a memory that keeps coming back. You're not sure this person should be in your life. But unfortunately, all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Those are the 3 water signs. They always bring people back from the past because these 3 signs represent the past. So you guys are always diving into the past, especially when it comes to romance and relationships. You guys have a hard time letting go of people. And so with Venus here, it's kind of like a retrograde in the 12th house. But this means just working from behind the scenes, thinking about those other people, connecting with them on some level, maybe through the internet, through the phone, not actually in person. So this is going to be quite important as it goes through here. Next month, Venus will go into your sign in the 1st house. So there'll be a lot of attention and, focus on your physical well-being or your physical appearance. And last but not least, Jupiter finally switches signs after being in Taurus for about a year. It goes into the 12th house as well. So Jupiter in Gemini is all about spiritual matters. It's all about communication. So for the next year, from this May 2024 to May 2025, Jupiter will be in this 12th house. So several things you come to mind. You need to be careful of addictions. Jupiter in the 12th house likes to be addicted to stuff, whether it's food, alcohol, drugs, whatever it is. You need to be mindful of that. And number 2, Jupiter in the 12th house can be very psychic. Extremely psychic, where your dreams and visions are very vivid. So pay attention to them because this is the doorway to these other realms of consciousness. And you can see here, by the end of the month, we have 3 planets in the 12th house. This is a major doorway to the other side. So if you want to know anything, you want to see something or get informed, I would say connect with your higher consciousness through a dream or a vision, or ask to be shown something, and it will come to you. Okay? So there you have it, Cancer. Do the best you can. Have a great month, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.